Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Tuesday's first video. There may be many, I did not know. This is actually my first video back in about 4 days. So I pre-recorded some stuff, and the reason being after COVID, I've had some like lingering kind of after symptoms, which I've been trying to work out and kind of like get sorted. And so it's been good to have some time away. I went to see my grandparents, so that was lovely as well. So now I'm back and rip-roaringly ready. What the hell am I saying? You can definitely tell I'm back, my wacky catchphrases. But in any case, like the video that we're going to be doing at the moment is going to be all about mystery champions. You know, the question marks. I thought we'd ease ourselves back into it. We do have an MCM which is going to be worked on for tomorrow. But, you know, this was interesting. And people have messaged me saying, Rich, who do you think some of these champions are? So we're going to go over it. And we kick off with Jessica Jones. Funnily enough, Jessica Jones has 2 mystery champions with it, but to be honest, the latter one, which is the alumni, I kind of think like, well, that could be anything. But what would be really interesting to kind of like look at is the punching purple people, which is that, well, you assume that these are purple faced individuals. Jessica Jones, like, look, there's an obvious one which we're gonna like latch onto because it makes the most sense. But let's not dispute there are other purple-based characters in the Marvel Universe. You got your Thane, you've got, which is the son of Thanos. You've got Agony, which is a symbiote. You've got Kalak, which the Gladiator, which would make a lot of sense for Marvel Contest of Champions. And then you've got things like Nemesis. I don't even know who that is, but yeah, you've got all the kind of the normal suspects because you've got like your Thanoses. Purple face. Well, Storm Pyramid X is kind of, yeah, it's purple faced to a degree. Lilac faced, lavender face. I kind of feel like that is kind of insulting, isn't it, in some ways, to kind of like to be going like purple faced people, like you know, that's it really insulting to those aliens. You know, those aliens that with purple faces can be peed off. Or me, when I get incredibly cold, I will turn purple in appearance. So yeah, that's fun, especially in the cold times. But yeah, let's get to the point of like, what is the main character that you quintessentially go, okay, well, if you think Jessica Jones, you got to pair this together. And it's going to be Killgrave. For a lot of people that watch the Jessica Jones TV show, you'll remember the, well, it's kind of like, sort of, he wasn't purple face, but David Tennant played Killgrave, and the character did wear like a purple suit, you know, that's the nod to all that. But when it comes to like a purple faced being, yes. So as Marvel Contest of Champions fans, you want to be able to like say to yourself, right, well, if this were to be the character that you put in, like not who, but what kind of powers it would have. Mind control via pheromones. Kind of cool that like this month we had Mantis, which has like some elements of mind control. So that would be kind of cool. Accelerated healing factor. Well, like most characters kind of like have that in the Marvel universe. But I think that's really it. It's kind of like, say the, well, at least with it, like Killgrave possesses the power to sap people's will and allowing him to command people by simply verbal suggestions. His power originates in his skin cells. So that would be cool, like to kind of see a character that could do that. I mean, as I said, we've got stuff within the Marvel Contest of Champions that has, in bunny ears, mind control elements to it. You know, you could say, well, we got Mr. Sinister, you got things like Professor X, to a degree, but Mantis is kind of the first one I think that controls things like emotions and stuff when it comes to like telepathic nature to it. But that's the thing, you know, it would be cool to be having a new take on it and be put in. Because, you know, we want to see, like, Command always changing the way that they're putting in characters, how they have emphasis. But it may not even be Killgrave. There could be other options. Because it doesn't take away from the fact that there's other characters like the High Evolutionary. It could be the High Evolutionary. Not to say there's any kind of links to Jessica Jones. I mean, look, you know, if you look at it here, like, is there any kind of link between Storm Pyramid X, Purgatory, and Jessica Jones? No, there's not. It's just purple people. So at the same time, it would be looking at this of going, will they be necessarily, this last person, last synergy, will it be directly connected? Possibly, possibly not. So those could be options of purple-faced people that we could see. But the list is endless. So those are just some of the main ones that would be cool for Marvel Contest of Champions and Kabam to put into the game and tie things up in a nice, neat little package. Now, what about Mantis? There is a mystery champion in and around Mantis, which is this one puts the guard in Guardian, and there is Yondu, Nebula, and there's Agent Venom. Now, I don't know if there's a scheme to this in that there's let's say, characters that kind of were associated but not associated, on the fence but not on the fence, kind of like should be put in, because like, if we go by maybe MCU standards, well, saying that Agent Venom hasn't really been in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but maybe looking at this of going like, oh, they're going to be blue. No, I think it's just a case of like literally looking at any Guardians of the Galaxy member and going, do you know what would be a cool fit with this? Mantis joins a whole long line of characters that have been in the Guardians of the Galaxy, whether or not they're serving and technically right now, or they have in the past. So again, it could be literally any character. And we've got just loads of characters that could be within the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I'll just read some off to you, and we'll have a look at some in like detail. But you've had Quasar, which we did talk about a while ago, about that particularly being a new champion kind of coming into Marvel Contest of Champions. Moondragon, Marvel Boy. You've got, funny enough, Hercules was a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but we've got him in game, so that kind of makes perfect sense for it. And then you've got former members, Beta Ray Bill. Again, that's still a character that's talked about in the Marvel Contest of Champions sense. Cosmo, which if you've seen, I think this Cosmo's making more of an appearance now and stuff when it comes to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Gladiator, again, that could be something cool for Marvel Contest of Champions to be added in. And funny enough, it is a sort of blue-faced character, which, and that's kind of a weird kind of little connection, isn't it? These characters here, they're blue. They've got blue bunny ears, blue faces. Yondu's got a blue face. There's also Nebula, blue face. I mean, look, Agent Venom does not have a blue face. But yeah, it would be kind of cool to see like a scheme of it. And yeah, okay, the name does not say the blue face Guardians. Of course it doesn't. But at the same time, it's kind of odd, isn't it, that they may kind of like to have some blue-faced people. Maybe it'd be the Blue Man Group. Who knows? Yeah, but the idea of Gladiator in-game is something that I would love to see. This is a character that kind of would fit in. I think Gladiator is an elder of some description, if I remember rightly. And again, that's something that with the champion in-game, could be good to have like the champion versus the Gladiator. It's kind of like some sort of like battle royale thing. I think Kabam do miss a trick sometimes with trying to get characters in and kind of have a scheme and a theme around a particular event. This is why month in, month out, it just seems like it's copy-paste. So I would like Kabam to put a bit more effort into their monthly based content. Just it seems that there's something of a narrative which just seems to be like escaped. I mean, this month's cool because we've got Rocket's Scrapyard and it's like Rocket and Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. But then it's like a lot of the months just doesn't feel that way. So I'd love to see that a bit more kind of effort into these monthly events. But with so many characters, I kind of feel like either Kabam are going to release some like lesser known ones, or eventually, and after it's like so much of time of trying to like, you know, get in a character, they've got to go for Beta Ray Bill. They really do, because it's what players want to see. They want to see like these kind of main characters, and yeah, just like 24 new characters are going to be released in 2023. So you kind of go with, right, it's got to be Beta Ray Bill. It's got to be him, or it's got to be his main name characters. As otherwise, we'll just have like random kind of lesser known character versions, like Major Victory, because everybody wants that. In any case, what are your thoughts when it comes to the mystery champions that could be behind these particular mystery icons? Ones that you think would fit well, ones you think maybe don't fit so well, things that you kind of think Kabam will end up adding in something that has no connection to the particular characters, but has some kind of slight connection based on a word or something like that. Let's face it, you know, expect the unexpected when it comes to Kabam on these particular ones. But yeah, I'd be really excited to see the likes of the Gladiator being put into Marvel Contest of Champions. Killgrave makes sense, but then, you know, High Evolutionary has always been a character that I'd love to see, and with the connection with Guardians of the Galaxy for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think it is, then you never know what could be around the corner with stuff. But hey, you know, stranger things have happened. So yeah, thoughts in the comment section. Thanks very much for watching. Check out some other content which will be located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.